What is up, guys? Dragonball Black here, and today I wanted to go ahead talk to you guys about a little theory discussion about the Kais, and it's just so fascinating to me. I really do enjoy this part of Dragon Ball Super, the deities, how to score them, how to measure them. I love bringing the mystical and the science fiction-y all together, and that's kind of why what Dragon Ball Super has been doing for a long time, and I love it. And so, what are the Kais? What are they? Well, in the last episode, we find out that not only is if the universe is gone, that does the Kai get destroyed, but also what's it called? The God of Destruction gets destroyed as well. So for that, we already know that the God, it already is heavily implied throughout the series. The God of Destruction is a appointed spot. Maybe you get, is when Zeno gives you that title, you gain the powers of the Destroyer, whatever race you are, because we already seen that Beerus, there's in Universe 11, there's another fighter that is from the same race as Beerus and Champa. So more than likely, that's kind of how it goes. And so you have the ability to do your job well. This also goes with the fact that Reese and Beerus have been talking about Goku taking the job of Destroyer for a long time. So it's in a point of position. That's the reason that the God of Destruction can be destroyed, essentially wiped out, if they lose the Tournament of Power from those universes that they were talking about, the ones that are actually going to enter. They will go with their universe. We and the angels are really the only ones that are going to survive that shit. Essentially meaning that they go back to living wherever they lived before then, maybe with the Grand Priest or maybe with Zeno, only if Zeno wants to create another universe or whatever. And then, because he said there's too many universes, so maybe it won't be a while before he creates more. But okay, so what happens to the Kais? The Kais actually also get destroyed too. They get wiped out along with the God of Destruction in the universe. So here's what I think the Kais are. I think the Kais are also in a point of position. I think there is a planet with the race of Kais that Zeno, a long time ago at the beginning of the universes, that Zeno figured that they were the most, maybe they were the most, out of all the mortals, they were the most heavenly, they were the most like dignified. Maybe they were the most maybe at the time, maybe they were the most powerful. Maybe that race has some sort of connection or some sort of pact with Zeno, because from what we see with the Kais, they have their own culture, they have their own look. It's like they seem to be their own sort of race, and they can die, like King Kai could die. So I think this planet has Supreme Kai. Maybe there's two planets. Maybe there's one where the race of where King Kai comes from. Maybe that is a planet that there's a race of King Kais essentially, and then there's another planet with a race of Supreme Kais. Or maybe they all live on one planet, and say that the Supreme Kais or the Supreme Kai race is the ones that are in charge on that planet, and the King Kais are maybe like their servants or whatever the case might be. But for all we know, they are mortal. I mean, the Majin Buu killed most of the Kais. Most of the Supreme Kais that were fighting against him. And that's actually one thing that I wanted to focus on. Also, there were Supreme Kais fighting Majin Buu. So essentially, this universe dilemma, this universe, I guess, storyline was kind of crafted back then. From what we see, they look like Supreme Kais. That's the only race we've seen that looks like that. But they could have just been Kais from that planet, and the Supreme Kai could have just been, the Supreme Kai. They all fought against Majin Buu. They all obviously lost for the most part, and even the Supreme Kai could be killed. Gowasu was killed by Goku Black. We've seen that the Zamasu was trained to become Supreme Kai, so he was just a Kai. Kai could be the race, and so that's the reason that they die along with the God of Destruction. I mean, their fate is tied. The Supreme Kai fate is tied with the God of Destruction. They create, they watch, they have all these access to all these different mystical things, but their inevitable fate is tied up to the God of Destruction as well. So if they die, the God of Destruction dies. So that title could be tied up to those to the things that the Supreme Kai gets. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, that they're a planet. There's a planet that we're gonna find out later on that has the Supreme Kai's, that has like the Supreme Kai race and the King Kai race maybe on top of it, and they're the ones that get appointed to Supreme Kai and King Kai status. It is weird that King Kai is able to hold his position. Maybe he gets like a special type of favor with him being, dead. But I mean, he could get like some type of special favor because of the fact that he's been there for so long, or maybe King Yama likes him or whatever. So I mean, that's kind of just my theory. It makes sense. And then once those universes get destroyed, if say Xeno wants to create another universe, he'll put Whis in there. Maybe Whis is the one that, say Universe 7 got destroyed, then he makes a new Universe 7 at some point, like millions of years later or whatever. Then Whis comes in, maybe Whis is the one that recruits them, finds a race, finds the King Kai race. Say Xeno sends a King, tries to find a King Kai, a Supreme Kai race, finds a Supreme Kai, a guy, someone else based Supreme Kai, sends them into that universe. That Supreme Kai brings 4 Kais with him to control each section of the universe. Because remember, there is a Supreme Kai planet, so maybe that could be a model of their actual planet that they live on, essentially. And so, he brings the King Kais. They control each quadrant of the universe, north, south, east, and west. And then it's Whis' job to find a strong warrior like Goku. Say he try to find like Goku or some of Vegeta, and offer him and see he make sure he's got all the virtues and everything that he needs to be a destroyer, and then tell Xeno about it, and then ask him if he wants to be a destroyer. And if they say yes, Xeno will make them a destroyer god, and then Whis is attached to them forever. But anyway, guys, that's just my theory. We'll find out. I'm 100% certain we'll find out later on. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of this theory. If you have any theories of your own, drop me a like if you like my video. And as always, this is going to be Dragon Ball Black signing off.